Well, with only £10 million in the transfer budget, in order to buy players, we must sell first. Hello, welcome to Club 5, Part 7 of the Global Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our first ever transfer special with Bayern Munich. But before we do any transfer business of sorts, let's go and take a look at our end of season review. As you can see, in our first season, we did win the Bundesliga, I think fairly comfortably by 9 points, I think, which is very good, because there was a point in the season where I thought we were bottling, but there was never in doubt. So let's take a look at the signings we made. I think I made all of these signings this year. So starting off with Tobias Stenzel. Obviously, he only came in January, and he looked pretty decent. 18 goal contributions. That's not too bad. Why is he a rating of a D? Why? He's 19 years old and he's a wonder kid. He's only gonna get better. I don't know. I don't make these reactions up. That's just an honest, bold transfer reaction. Nurama next up again. A C. Again, another great player. 32 years old. Obviously, I'm hoping he'll stick around for next year. Obviously, very, very good player. Hopefully, try getting another left winger to compete with him, because we played Endrick out there. Not really a left winger. I think Endrick probably ends up leaving. Then Billy Allen, a fantastic centre mid, elite attack. He's not attacking midfielder. He's a central midfielder, deep time playmaker. And Haristov didn't get too much game time, or he didn't get enough game time. So hopefully he can push for a more prominent role in the starting 11. Then Hartman, obviously only a loan from RB Leipzig. I doubt we're going to get him in permanently. I think we probably do look for another decent left back. Obviously, we've got Bosch, who is he's improving, but nowhere near a starter for us. And obviously, Sabani, he's fine. He's fine as a backup. Then Jacob Bradley will be one of the world's best centre-backs, I hope. I think that partnership with Bradley and Haristov, that would be dangerous for the opposition attackers. And so the board's expectation was initially to challenge for the Bundesliga title. As you can see, we did win it by, it was 9 points. Europa League, it didn't really go to plan. We lost in the semi-finals, but Lens did go on to beat Atletico Madrid in the final of the Europa League. So we went out to the champions, and in all fairness, they played really well against us, and we did lose in the third round of the German FA Cup. I hope to win it this year. Try and take that competition a bit more seriously. So our biggest win this year was a 15-0 win against Bissingen in the German equivalent of the FA Cup. Match to remember was a 7-0 win over Dusseldorf, and goal of the season went to Allen for his goal against Austria Vienna. Let's take a look at this goal. I don't remember him scoring a great deal of goals. I'm sure it's probably, I thought it was going to be like a free kick, but it wasn't. Sesko plays the ball to Warner. Allen, yeah, it's a fairly simple shot just from outside the area. So club reputation has stayed the same, and your revenue has gone down massively. I'm only presuming that's because last season, not the season just gone, but the one before, I presume they were in the Champions League, and obviously this season in the Europa League, so it's a little less money. That's my theory. So merchandise still very, very good. Top shirt names being Endrick, Bergkamp, Sesko, Warner, and Kramashi. I'm almost certain Endrick might be leaving. I'm not 100% sure about that, but this is the best 11. We've got Costa in goal, a back four: Fort, Haristov, Rambosen, and Hartman. Hartman's that's questionable. Then we've got Galvey and Allen. That was a brilliant partnership. Bergkamp on the right, Stenzel in the middle, Nuama on the left, Hayne up front. No Endrick, no Sesko. I think those two are done. I think a front four of them will be absolutely lightning. We're not going to lose the game next year, I don't think. Oh, we've yeah, financial situation. That's not good either. Oh god, that looks even worse. I think we might have to go job hunting. Not today, maybe at the end of this season. But let's take a look at what's the best 11 like. Harry Kane's still in there. Cody Gakpo is. Did he ever play for them? He did after Liverpool. Oh my good god, his career took a turn for the worse, didn't he? Presumably never got going at Liverpool. Only 28 appearances. Wow. Unbelievable. Liverpool killed that player. They really did. But Ferran Torres would be a decent player to bring back. He won't because he's retired. I think most of these players have now retired, apart from Matthias Tell, who is 31. I don't mind trying to look at him, though, just as a potential left winger idea. But in terms of transfers, obviously 10 million in the transfer budget. I have started to sell one player, and that is Serrao. We have accepted 2 offers from Real Madrid and Valencia for both 56 million. Tried to up it for Arsenal, but they won't have any of it. I suspect he is going to come back in a grumpy because he wanted to go to Arsenal. But apart from that, I'm still not entirely sure on who's staying and who is going. I think possibly maybe get rid of one of the right backs because realistically they're both 3.5 stars. I'm leaning towards Venturelli because I wasn't quite convinced of him this season, and he's more of a defensive wing back, whereas Fort is more of an attacker wing back. So I think Venturelli goes. I'm on the fence about that. I think, but the defense, I think the defense will stay together. Obviously, Hartman will go. Gavi will stay. Bergkamp will stay. Kamashi will stay. Anyone homegrown at club will obviously stay, and Steve Bedard will stay. I think Endrick goes. He's 29, possibly Seska. I know Seska was our top goal scorer with 30 goals. Realistically, wasn't in that best 11, so I think he goes. I do think he goes. I don't know when the transfer window opens, so I guess we'll probably just come back probably mid-June, and then I'll give you any updates of who shall be leaving the club. It was currently the 19th of June, and the transfer window doesn't open yet. It opens on the 1st of July, I think, which is incredibly late. I think that's probably the opening of all the European transfer windows, but the English one opens earlier. That's something I can't get my head around just yet, but we have started to begin to sell some players. Haven't signed anyone just yet, or I haven't confirmed the signing of anyone just yet. But we we are in the process of selling quite a few players. First one being Leonardo Venturelli will be joining Borussia Dortmund for 48 million. Again, it will be a slight profit, £5 million profit. So I think he was all right, but I think we need to get in another younger right back with potential to be homegrown. We have accepted offers from Al Hilal, Atletico Madrid, and Al Ittihad for Benjamin Sisko, ranging from 17 million to all the way up to 25 million. Serrao is also leaving us. He'll be joining Real Madrid for 56 million. We have accepted a bid from Arsenal for Endrick for an offer of 76 million. So should those players leave, or should Sesko and Endrick both leave, that will give us an extra 100 million on the transfer budget, which will take it up to over 220 million. So I think with that transfer budget, I think that should be enough money to like reform this entire squad. Because let's be honest, it's a little bit aging. It really is, because we've only got a few players that are under the age of 23, which is kind of sort of my age range. That's that's the sort of the ages of players that I do want to sign. I don't really like signing older players because they're going to lose their value quite quickly, as we can see with Cisco. Obviously, they signed him for 103 million, and that was about like 7 seasons ago, and his value has quickly dropped to 19 to 23 million. So it kind of makes sense to let him go. And he's out of contract. Most of these players are going to be out of contract at the end of the season. Apart from Hendrick and Sorrell, obviously they are out of contract the season after, along with Venturelli as well. So I think probably other players that could possibly be leaving the club. I think Nuama stays because I think he'll be a solid backup should we get in a really good left winger. So his best position isn't out on the right; is on the left. Obviously, Gavi, I wouldn't mind trying to pin him down to a new contract, which he's not discussing because he's focusing on the Euros. So I think most of these players might be able to sign a new contract after they finish in the European Championship. So I think for now, probably come back when the transfer window is opened. Might have sold a couple more players. Definitely won't have signed any players. It's currently the 1st of July and the opening of the brand new transfer window. We have sold no other players apart from the ones I've told you about, but we are signing one player. I didn't think we would, but we are. Shodan has been linked to a move to RB Leipzig. Oh, it's a shame because we're already getting in the right back. He looks great as well and cheapish, but yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but not linked with anyone as far as I'm aware. Lars Hayne has been linked with a move to Atletico Madrid. I don't think that's going to happen. With his contract expiring in 2040, we've got plenty of time for his contract to be renewed. I don't think there's any other potential rumours in here, apart from Barcelona are interested in Andreas Rambosa, who I've got no interest in selling because he's a really good player. So let's take a look at the player we have signed. Obviously, Sesko has joined Al Hilal. Yeah, I understand the fans are outraged, but I've got a plan. It's all up here. Um, why was he allowed to leave so cheaply? Mainly because that was his value, 17 million. Obviously, Sorrell joins Real Madrid, 56 million. And this is our new right back, Dominic Abinez. He is a Spanish right back, can play right back, left back as well, but preferably he is going to be our right back. We'll just get him trained up to be a attacking wing back, not a defensive wing back. So he comes in to be our pretty much our best right back. 4 stars of capability, 4.5-star potential, world class. Comes in from Girona for 86 million. I mean, look at that value. Ooh, only and 23 as well. 23 years old. So and look at that pace and acceleration. That is that screams world class right there. Absolutely brilliant. And with that transfer done, what's the budget looking like? 126 million, lots of wage budget available. We've got an offer, and eventually joins Dortmund for 48 million. We've got an offer. Got an offer for Bergkamp. I've already rejected it numerous times. We have promised Bergkamp he can leave should they bid 160 million, which we will just we'll test the waters. This might backfire. Yes, they backed out. They withdrew it. Barcelona, I mean, but Rambosa is still only 23 years old, only young. I reject it. That might be a bad mistake. Mark Brown, who are you? You can go. Yes. Get out of here. You need game time, so you might as well just leave. Paul Warner. I'm gonna keep him for now. He might cut. Those 3 players might have a bit of a grumpy on, but it's for the greater good. It really is. So yeah, I'm open to those three players. Obviously, Bergkamp is fine if it is offered to be rejected. So yeah, that should be fine. Why do we need to register him now? So with those players leaving the club or have left the club, the squad does currently look like this. The goalkeepers at the moment, it's still Costa and Falcadell as the backup. So I wouldn't mind getting in another goalkeeper, potentially 5 stars, potential goalkeeper. So a good young player. Then we've got right backs this year, obviously Fort and Ibanez, who most definitely is not a right back. Is not a right winger, I should say. Then centre backs obviously the same as last year at the moment. Obviously that's to be confirmed. So we've got Sabani, Rabosa, Haristov, and Bradley. Obviously only left back at the moment. We've got Stefan Bausch. I think he should be fine as a first choice, but possibly getting another, maybe an experienced left back just to help him out a little bit. Then obviously centre mids, we've still got Gavi, Kamashi, Allen, and Warner. I think Warner potentially centre mid, centre attacker mid. I don't really know what he is. I think for now we'll probably just use him as a centre attacker mid. Then left wingers, we've just got Nuama at the moment. Then right wingers, we've just got Johannes Bergkamp. So we need a winger on either side. In the middle, we've got Warner and Stenzel. Then strikers this season will be Lars Hayne. He will be our starting striker. And I think he'll be a very good striker. We'll get him trained as a advanced forward, so he can become the best striker in Germany. Then obviously as backup, we've got Steve Bedard, obviously trained at club, so which is all very good. So let's go through it once again. A goalkeeper, potentially, another left back, and maybe a centre mid or a centre attacking mid. Or we do have a couple players down in the development centre that could potentially be called up. And one of them is this guy, Soren Whipplauson. I definitely butchered that name. He had a fairly decent spell at Kaiserslautern last season. 6 goals, 4 assists. I think he's probably good enough to come into the first team squad, which would mean Warner dropping down to centre mid, which I guess it's fine. I don't think we've got any other decent players. We've got Lars Wenzel, maybe could do with a loan spell, but he's got very decent potential. And obviously we've also got Matt Lucas, another centre mid, defensive mid. Great potential, but potentially could do with a loan spell in the lower leagues of Germany or abroad somewhere. But I think that's the plan. So obviously we don't really need a centre mid now that we've dropped, or we use Soren there. Because that's his, you know what, let's train him up to be a Mazzala. I think that's probably good, because then we've got, let's just take, yeah. I think that's a pretty decent squad at the moment. So it's just really a left back and 2 wingers, and with a transfer budget of 125 million, that should be doable. By the start of the season, I will have assembled a 22-23 man squad capable of winning everything. Well, here we go. We have made it to the start of the brand new Bundesliga season, and I am pleased to announce that I've built a very, very good squad. We've sold a few more players than I would have liked to, but we have also signed a couple of decent top quality players and a few decent youngsters. So let's take a look at all of the transfer business we have done in today's episode. Did we sign anyone, or did we sell anyone on the back end of last season? No, we did this all this season. So players that have left the club, obviously Endrick joined Arsenal for 76 million. Cisco joined Al Hilal for 17.75 million. Venturelli joined Dortmund for 48 million. Serral joined Real Madrid for 56 million. Elia Sabani joined Al Ali for 15.5 million. Ernest Nuama has left to join Al Nassr for 39 million, potentially rising up to 49 million. Then we have loaned out Lars Wenzel, who's one of our highly prospected youngsters. Hopefully he does live up to that potential. He should do, because he does look fairly decent there. We've also loaned out of our two other youngsters who don't think they have much potential. He doesn't, and he doesn't. So it's only Lars Wenzel with the 5-star potential that we've loaned out. Then the players that have come in have started off with Dominic Ibanez. He's a Spanish right back, 4 stars for current ability, 4.5-star potential, world class. He comes in from Girona for £86 million. Then next up, it was Thiago. He is a Brazilian right winger, can also play centre mid, but preferably we've brought him in to be a right winger. 2 stars for current ability, 5-star potential. Leading Bundesliga 2 player, potentially Bundesliga. We brought him from Lech, who's a club in Brazil, for 17.75 million. No ambitions to loan him out. He is this season purely a backup to Bergkamp, with getting a little bit of game time here and there, but by and large, just a backup. Obviously, throughout the obviously it depends if we win the Champions League this year. Hopefully, he goes on to become a world-class right winger and becomes the main man at Munich. That's the plan. Then next up, we've got Jose Manuel Espinosa. He's a Spanish centre-back, 18 years old, 2.5 stars of current ability, 4.5-star potential, decent Bundesliga player. He comes in from Cadiz for £30.5 million. I think that's quite cheap considering his value is well up into the 70s, 90s even. So that's fairly decent. And he is a wonder kid as well. Was Thiago a wonder kid? I don't think he was. No, not yet. He might be eventually. Then next up, we've got Luca Saracino. Saracino? I think it's Saracino. Then we've got, he's a Italian left winger, 17 years old, 1.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. Bundesliga 2 player, potentially probably Bundesliga. He comes in from Torino for £10 million again. Similar to the other guy, Thiago, very much a backup for this year. Obviously getting a little bit of game time here and there. Then next up, we've got Bukayo Saka. He's an English left winger, 4 stars of current ability, leading Bundesliga player. He comes in from Arsenal for £28 million. I thought there's a slight chance you might make a profit, but obviously with him being out of contract next season, we might not. But there's a slight chance we could, if he performs very well, which he might do. Might be able to make a slight profit, but I suspect we might lose him on a free transfer. But we've only paid £28 million for him, so that's fine. Then next up, we've got Dino. Just call him Dino for now. He's a German left back, 4 stars of current ability, 4.5-star potential, leading Bundesliga player. He comes in from Wolfsburg for £61 million. So I think those signings can potentially make the squad into one of the best squads in the world. Even with that, we're still running at a profit. Transfers out 254, transfers in 234, running at a 20 million profit. And the finances, well, they're looking much better now, considering that was like at least probably £100 million in the red, maybe even more than that. Net debt, it's gone down slightly, but it's a long way from being at 0. So I reckon it'd be 0 by the end of a couple of seasons. I reckon transfer debt 14 million, but this is the squad going into the new season. So goalkeepers, we've got Costa and Bocador. I didn't see any goalkeepers that tickled my fancy, not any with particularly high potential. Then right backs, we've got Hector Fort and where's the other guy? Ibanez, definitely not a right winger. I've said that before, he's most definitely a right back. And centre backs, it's the same as last, no, not the same as last season. Got Rambosen, Harisov, and Bradley, their new addition, Espinosa. I think I'm not sure who the starting partnership will be. I think leaning towards Bradley and Rambosa, possibly Haristov in there as well. Espinosa in the mixer as well. Their backs, we've got Dino and Stefan Balsch. Obviously, Dino first choice, and Stefan can probably play the games that we should be smashing teams by. So he'll play some games. And centre mids, we've got Gavi, Kumashi, Allen, and Soren Wiblauscher. We'll just call him Soren. I can't pronounce his last name. I mean, I could try. Wiblauscher. I don't really know. Just call him Soren for now. Then right wingers, we've got Bergkamp and Thiago. Left wingers, we've got Lucas Saraceno and Bukayo Saka. Then centre attacking midfielders this season is Paul Warner and Tobias Stenzel. I think Paul Warner started, Tobias Stenzel on the bench or coming off the bench or starting most games. I don't really know what the starting lineup will be. Then strikers this year, we've got Steve Bedard and Lars Hayne. Hopefully he can live up to his current ability, which does look very, very good. Finishing, I would have liked it to have been a bit higher, but I think he'll be a great striker. He scored 10 goals from the right wing last year, so he should be fairly decent this year. So before we do end today's episode, where are we predicted first? I mean, yeah, that's pretty bog standard. We've got, how many players do we have in the Dream 11? For 6? Dino, Rambosen, Gavi, Ibanez, Bergkamp, and Haynes. That's very good. Bergkamp and Gavi predicted to be our key players. What's the predicted 11? Says we're going to play a 4-3-3. That's not going to happen. We're not playing a 4-3-3. Stenzel's not a striker. Haynes is a striker. Well, I don't know if he is yet, but he's playing as a striker this season, whether he likes it or not. So who do we have? We have also played a couple games already. We did play Union Berlin in the Super Cup, which we did win 2-1. Warner and Soren getting the goals in that game. Then we thrashed some little team from Germany. Not going to pronounce that name because I can't. We beat them 4-0, and that does set us up nicely for a second round tie against Werder Bremen. We are going to win this competition this year. Hopefully, Bedard, Bergkamp, Bolsch, and Allen got the goals in the first round of the German equivalent of the FA Cup. So I think we'll leave it there for now, and I don't think I've got anything else to say. So I will see you all in the next episode for our first games of the brand new Bundesliga season against Hanover and Werder Bremen. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.